Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you again. We've got a Crocodile versus Rebecca matchup here. Playing up against my man Chance here, and I will say this, he's running my Rebecca list, so it's not exactly how he wanted to run the deck. There are some changes that he likes, and some others that he wasn't too fond of. I think this is just a bad matchup for Rebecca, though, in general. So, yeah, it's a bit of a doozy. You know, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle for sure, playing against Crocodile as Rebecca here. I feel like Rebecca just really struggles into Crocodile, Queen, and Katakuri, but I mean, probably has some other worse matchups, but just as far as, like, you know, some of the more popular, new and exciting things in OPO4, it definitely is going to be a bit of a, you know, matchup right there. And now we go to 3 Dawn. I don't believe we have Sentomaro just yet, so I'll just go ahead and put down Doflamingo. I have a little bit of an interesting starting hand. I'm like, what in the world is this? Like, how do I work with this? So we set that up, and now I'm not going to really have much to draw into other than a lot of the boas. I don't know how I shuffled this deck so well, and they just ended up being right in the same spot. Gotta love to see it sometimes. He will trash the Rebecca, picking up a Leo here, though. And now, yeah, we could just see that Kiros coming down and KOing the Law. I feel like that was more or less something I wasn't considering at the very beginning. I was like, okay, I'm playing against a slow-playing deck. I don't know why I put a 1-cost down when he just wants to get Kiros and stuff. Feels a little counterintuitive. Doesn't really do me much in this situation. But just going to swing 5 with lead here. See if we can get some more counters out of hand. You know, we still have to build a board and play a little aggressively, but also defensively in order to, you know, kind of maintain that board and keep that aggression going up against Rebecca. That way he won't have, like, hardly any cards in hand. But he does take that first swing, picks up a 7-drop Luffy, and I'll just go ahead and play Boa and pass it over. I kind of want to stay around that sweet spot of having 4 to 5 cards in hand so I can use Boa to draw through some of those that aren't as useful in this situation. But we are just going to see 4 getting rested here. Bastard Sword KOing the Boa Hancock. And then most likely, yeah, just a tap for an Orlumbus. And then 1 Dawn thrown onto Kiros if I had to take a guess and swinging 6. But he does just swing 5. Yeah, and I will just counter out of that. I wasn't expecting just the 5k, but Rebecca here, good choice. Picks up the 2k counter, trashes, I believe, another one of those Thunder Swords or Bastard Swords, whatever the translation is. And then, yeah, picks up a 2k counter Bartolomeo. See another 5k at life. Just keep poking the bear, you know. And, yeah, I put the X over Kiros. I was like, nope, not swinging Kiros. We're swinging life. Not making that mistake. And now we'll just see a 2k counter coming out with Suru. And I'll probably just swing with Doflamingo again, maybe. Or it looks as though we're going to have Usopp. I'll just bounce the Kiros. Kind of irrelevant. Doesn't help too much, but at least cycles through some of those cards that I know I won't need. So I definitely don't need the 1-cost Law and Boa, because we will just be picking up a bunch of those in the next few turns. And now, yeah, I've got this pretty solid hand right now. We've got 2 9-drops and a Boa. I know that doesn't sound that great, but trust me, it feels great, you know? I just end up bottom decking this Luffy that came down and just kind of getting a body on board that's going to be very, very hard for him to remove. You know, knowing that he has 2 of those Ice Ages in trash already makes me feel pretty solid about that. But he is going to restand the Luffy and get the Ice Ages probably towards the top of the list so that he can try and get some plays in with that. I know that he has an Orlumbus as well, but since he has already used the 4-cost event, then we're looking pretty good. Oh, I think there was a slight misplay. I think he went to use leader ability, and I can't remember why, but he just put the cards back because he had already used it or something like that. Yeah, but he does take care of the Usopp. I'm fine with that, and we just go 5 at life again. Just keep poking the bear, slowly but surely getting some of those counters out of the way. He does choose to take this one. I'll just go ahead and bottom deck that 7-drop Luffy, though. If I can get, 2 of those bottomed, I think we're in a pretty solid spot, but he does have 2 more in hand at the moment. So he's looking all right. Yeah, and we'll just go ahead and pass the turn over, though. He's thinking about what he wants to do for his turn, whether he wants to try and go for the 7-drop Luffy and, maybe pump it up using... Oh, I thought it was King Kong gun he had, but no, just the sword. Yeah, so removing that is going to be definitely a combination of Orlumbus and some other stuff. So we'll see Orlumbus coming down, maybe a Suru if he really wants to get it within KO range. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Rebecca has answers, but it does require usually a minimum of 2 cards, right? 2 cards for one that already dealt with one feels pretty good. Can't complain, all things considered. And now we'll see a Suru coming down, bringing Mihawk down to 3. Yep. And then just a 4-cost Truno Bastardo and getting rid of it. Probably just going to pass here, but we will go back up to... use leader ability first. But definitely going to go back up to having our own 9-drop again on board. Just going to take care of the Orlumbus, I would imagine. Yeah, we'll just go 6 and another 9. Get rid of the Orlumbus. It's just tough. It's tougher for Rebecca to build the board that she needs in order to even start getting swings at life. And for me, I don't really need many cards in hand because, all the cards that I have do the things that I want. And he was thinking about playing Sabo there. He decides to use leader ability first, I guess. Yep, so we'll see a leader ability picking up Orlumbus. And yeah, now he's actually thinking, oh, do I play the Sabo or do I play Orlumbus here? It looks like it's just going to be, yep, Bartolomeo and the Sabo. Get to draw 2, trash 2, bringing up that trash to the appropriate numbers that he's looking for. And definitely, I feel like one of the 7-drops is probably going to go here. But luckily, we have Red Rock in hand. Yeah, so there goes one of the 7-drops. And we see an Ideo, just a blocker getting out of here. Yep. And now I draw into another Red Rock. My hand is hilarious. I'm like, I don't really know what to do other than just kind of laugh right now. We'll go 9 into life, though. We see the block. So now I definitely am just going to use the Red Rock to... Oh, interesting. I choose to go 5. Why? I think we're... Are we not going to bottom deck the Sabo? Maybe we just put down both of the boas here. That might be a thing, yeah. Yep. I guess that's what the idea was. Just 2 boas. And then I can throw, 2 Dawn underneath those. Pass it over. Now we can get some card draw if we need. We can also, use the Red Rocks the following turn if he plays down Luffy or Lumbus. Any of those cards that might present an issue for us. So we've got a pretty solid setup, but Rebecca struggles into this matchup for sure. It just feels like you have to draw super well, and he does get the King Kong gun, and that's really nice for the following turn if he can get the 7-drop down and then play that King Kong gun. But now, since I already know kind of what's going on in his hand situation, I know that this Luffy is going to be pretty annoying. And now we've got Red Rock for the answer next turn, but I am just not happy about the fact that I have 0 counter in hand. He can just swing into the active boas pretty easily. I will get 1 card draw no matter what, though, because if he swings into one of the active ones, I can just block with the other. And we do get some form of card draw out of that. So it's just unfortunate that we're not going to be able to use both as planned, but you know, 7-drop Luffy does be doing things like that. Yeah. He's choosing the 7 that he wants to return here. You know, definitely going to need some of those lowering cards as well as blockers and counters, because pretty much I'm just going to bounce everything back to hand that I just don't really want to deal with, and then constantly keep swinging, you know? Keep swinging over and over again. It's going to be an onslaught of Red Rock each turn into multiple swings. And now he's considering, he's going to go for the Boa here. I mean, I do have 3 cards in hand, so he does want to, like, guarantee the kill. He just chooses to swing 9. And now he's going to pass that over. I think that was a Sentomaru that we did just pick up. So Sentomaru is, you know, always pretty clutch. Can't really be mad about that. We'll go 6 into life, though. And he does choose to take this going down to 2. I'll Red Rock the Luffy, getting rid of that. And now probably just play Sentomaru. Yep, and then we'll just save Sentomaru for the following turn. I almost passed before swinging with 9-drop Mihawk. And he is going to block with the Sabo there. And yeah, I really... I can't overstate how bad of a matchup this is for Rebecca. It feels super downhill, you know? Or excuse me, super uphill. You're trying to put down these cards that, you know, give you some form of a board and some form of value, but you just can't find it to be useful for you. You know, you end up bottom decking a whole lot of stuff, and you just end up losing a lot of things. So we're going to see the Orlumbus effect going onto Sentomaru, bringing it down to no cost, you know, so I just put it as 1 right there. And yeah, now he's freely able to play Kyros, or he could play Leo, or what have you. But we'll just see the Kyros coming down. Does take care of the Sentomaru. Neither of those can swing into Mihawk here, so it's not really going to do him much good. It'd be nice if he could get in a leader swing or 2, because I'm still at 5 life, but I've just been handling the board as much as possible. We'll see him pick up, I believe it was another King Kong gun, and trashing the Kurita Coliseum. Right now, he's only got 2 life left, so I probably could just swing like 9 and then another 9 and just work from there. But we'll see a 6k swing. He does block, or excuse me, counter, and then a 9k swing does get through. Red Rock, probably the Orlumbus, or am I gonna? Yeah, I'm actually considering whether I want to get rid of the Kyros or the Orlumbus. And I do decide to go for the Kyros. I feel like that's probably the wrong idea. Probably the wrong idea. But I do return 4 Dawn, though, bouncing Orlumbus back, just because it makes it a little bit harder if he's got to spend the 4 Dawn the following turn to try and get rid of either Miss All Sunday or Dracula Mihawk. Just gives him 4 extra Dawn that he's gotta spend and go the whole 9 yards with. Having Suru on board too isn't very helpful. We will see this beautiful 13k swing coming down. He knows that I'm just gonna block this. Gets me an event from trash, but there's no event that really that's gonna help me here. I guess I could just get Red Rock, of course, and bottom deck the Luffy the following turn. But yeah, he's just gonna swing into the Mihawk just so that I don't have immediate game next turn. And yeah, couldn't really get it done. But he's just returning 7 right now and decides to reactivate the Luffy. Then swings with it onto that Mihawk, so it'll still be in that rested position, but I don't really care. I can just swing 7 into life. You know, if he's got the counter, he's got the counter. But since he doesn't, we'll just Red Rock the Luffy one more time. It feels so bad. It feels so bad. I was like, yep, all right, pass. You know, and how do you win from here? You can't. It's not like he really did anything wrong. It's just it's a really uphill battle, and just having everything removed with Crocodile is so tough. It's so tough, you know. And if you can't go as wide as possible, then you just lose in the situation. And Yeah, I was gonna see him pick up the Leo, but he doesn't have, I don't think he has any cards to defend himself this turn. Yeah, he doesn't have any blockers, so he just kind of had to hope that he could search out a blocker right there. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So he passes, and we just go 10 or 15, excuse me. And he's got, I mean, he got enough to get up to, I think it was like 11k or something. But bad matchup for Rebecca for sure, for sure. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you guys have been playing Rebecca, you know, what matches do you think are best for you? What matches do you think are your worst? Because I've been testing out the list, and it feels as though it's not bad into green purple Dofi. I actually think that it might actually be favored into green purple Dofi because of Dofi's lack of removal. But yeah, it's an interesting list. It's a very interesting list. I'm excited to see if there's going to be a lot of people playing it or if not. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.